Alright everyone, I just wanted to make a quick video here. Hopefully it'll be only about 8 to 10 minutes long. Hopefully clarifying the Python interpreter and importing modules or files and then running them directly from the interpreter, and then how it works with updating the files and all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a real quick example. Some of you may already be past this and kind of understand everything, but there seems to be a little bit of problems figuring out. So I launched Commander here, and I'm in a directory, pwd, print working directory, and I'm kind of my own workspace. That's a folder that I hold all like my code and anything else in, a subdirectory in there called Python. I have nothing in here right now, and what I want to do is create two files. I have Notepad++ on my command prompt, and I can say prac1.py and prac1run.py. So this is short for prac1 is short for like practice, and practice1run. Alright, this is very similar to your lab1 run, homework1 run, where in your prac1.py file, so this file or module, however you want to say it, holds the function definitions, and then this prac1run.file, this file calls the functions. Alright, so in this, Control S to save these, and I can do ls, and now you can see they pop up right there. So they have been created. So in my prac1.py file, my function definition file, I'm going to create a new function called sayName. It's going to take a parameter of a string type, and I'm just going to call that my name. The colon, because that's required by Python syntax. A new line, tab it in for my indent. Let's create a doc string here, and I'm going to say takes a string value, my name, and prints a greeting to the screen. And I'm just going to do a simple print function, the built-in print function, and I'm going to print this value right here, whatever is passed in. So I'm going to say print my name. Alright, we're going to get a little fancier. Maybe I'll say hello John or something later, but right now I just wanted to print the name to the screen. Iterative development, right? I just want to make sure that it works first and that the value is being passed in, and then I'll do some more logic. So in this prac1run.py file, the one that calls my definitions, I'm going to create a new function called run. So def run, I tab it in, and I'm going to say, we're going to say this. We're going to say prac1 dot, and then the name of the function. So prac1 dot say name. It needs a name string value, so I'm going to say John. And you may have noticed that right now this file has no clue what this prac1 is, right? Because I never imported it. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say import prac1. Alright, so in my prac1run.py file, I have this function called run, which has this line, prac1.sayName John. So what's going on here? This is dot notation. There's the dot. It's saying go into whatever's on the left, so go into this prac1. Well, what is prac1? I imported it right here, so it's this file right here. Import prac1. So go into prac1, get me the sayName function, so go into this file right here, get me this, and then, okay, we're passing in a string, so this function is going to say, okay, well this string, my name, is kind of now equal to this down here, John, and it should print John to the screen. So I'm going to clear my screen. I just did that with Control and L. List out the contents again, so just so you can see that I'm in the same directory where my prac1.py and prac1run, these two files are. And I'm going to launch my interpreter by doing Python. You'll see I'm using Python 3.5.2, and the first thing I want to do is import importlib. Alright, you're familiar with that, so I'm not going to go into too much of a detail on what that is right now. And I also want to import this prac1 prac1 run. Oops, excuse me. This prac1 run file. So import prac1 run. In the prac1 run file, it's already importing the prac1, so I really don't need to import this prac1 by itself. Just the prac1 run should be good. Alright, so now what I can do is prac1 run. So again, dot notation, go into what's on the left. So go into this prac1 run, get me what's on the right. I'm going to call the run function. Alright, and again the run function goes in, and again dot notation, go onto the left, which is in loading this file and saying get me the say name function, give it John, and you see right there it prints my name, and that's exactly what that is right there. So what if I want to change this, right? What if I want this to be hello, and what I'm going to do, hello this dot format. If you haven't seen this before, don't get too worked around about it. It's just simply you give it a string, this dot format, you give it a string. After this string, you're calling a method on that string. So after this string, you say give me the format method, and what it's really doing is anytime that it sees a double set, see if I can get those by themselves. Anytime it sees a double set of curly braces, it's going to say, okay, well, what you really mean is you're giving me a parameter for my string. So it's going over here to this list in the dot format, and it's pushing that value to the string. If you haven't seen this before, just use whatever way is familiar to you. And now if I do prac1 run.run, it doesn't have this hello in there, right? So it doesn't have this new version of the prac1.py file. And what's really going on is when I launched the interpreter, I gave it, the prac1 run file. And that's very similar to like if you were to give someone your notes during class. You give them a copy of your notes. If you go back home and you change your notes, they still have the old copy. So you need to give them a new copy, and we use that importlib to do that. So I can do importlib. The function is called reload prac1 run. Alright, I get this, and it's still not going to work. And the reason for that is I want to show you this answer right here I found on Stack Overflow. Alright, this is kind of where the bulk of this is. So if I could highlight this. So you've got a module A. That would be the prac1 run file, which depends on module B. It depends on module B, prac1 run. This is module A. This is module B. And this module A depends on B because it imports it. Right there, that's where it imports it. So you got a module A which depends on B, and B changes. So this file right here changed. I add the hello. You have to reload B followed by reload A. So let's do that. And I really never imported that. I'm not sure if I need to. Let's do this. Yeah, I guess I would have to. I gotta import that. So import prac1. So import right here the module B that they're talking about, this file. Import prac1. Alright, notice I did prac1 run. It's still not doing it because it's still got the old copy which imported here. So I need to, where is it right here? You have to reload B followed by reload A. So let's reload B, import lib.reload, prac1, that's it, just prac1. This file right here. Alright, let's run that, and that works. So let's change this again. Put some exclamation points after it. And let's say prac1 run. That didn't work, so let's reload prac1. This file up here again. I should see some exclamation points. See? And now if I did something down here, let's say I want to do this twice. Let's say it's my mom's name. She's a beautiful woman. Alright, so prac1 run.run, it's still not working, so let's do prac1 run. And there we go, I just updated this one. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of background into how the importlib process works. And if you do ever update one file and you aren't seeing the changes correspond in this, just kind of really think about this. You've got a module A. If it depends on a module B and B changes, you have to reload B first, followed by reload A. And again, it's because that notes reference. You gave me your notes. I have a copy of that. You changed your notes. I still have the old copy, so you need to give me the new copy first. Hopefully that helped you guys. And if you have any questions, again, just email me or contact me in class. My contact information is up on Piazza. All right, thank you.